Okay, sorry, thank you. Thanks, appreciate the opportunity to talk with you today, and thank you. I think yesterday's testimony was very helpful, hearing from Mr. Bridenstine, and also hearing about how all of these, the evaluations and the critiques really had come together, and I certainly got that impression from him, and I wasn't able to hear all of Mr. Young's testimony yesterday, but certainly did get the understanding, and I think, Mr. Young, you said this yesterday, space is a one-strike and you're out business, and we can't have problems that are catastrophic. And I think from all the testimony we've had yesterday and today, that seems to be a very large part of the commitment, that given the Hubble telescope is only 350 miles away, so it's been serviced 5 times, so there we were able to get there and do it, but when you're 1 million miles from Earth, that is not a potential. So we have to work on all of the risks and changes here. And with all this, I want to make sure that as we are doing all this evaluation, looking at taking the risk and everything, that people are going to feel comfortable coming forward. And I want to make sure it seemed like Mr. Bridenstine did feel comfortable with that yesterday. I want to make sure that all of the teams that are working on this and the additional supervision now, that when there is a mistake, when there is a problem, even if that problem is going to lead to more costs, that we are going to catch that problem before. And do you think that the climate and the systems that are put in place now will still allow for that?
Yeah, let me remark on that if I might. Congresswoman Comstock. One of the most important things in our industry, particularly in the space industry, is the ability of employees to feel very, very comfortable to put their hand up when they, as I mentioned earlier, either when they know something's wrong or even if they suspect something might be wrong. So this goes to this culture of understanding what really mission success means on a day-to-day basis. So it's something that we work very, very hard on. It gets reinforced constantly at all levels of engagement, to the point that we take the extra step of rewarding and recognizing employees who put their hand up and say, wait a minute, let's stop, let's take a hard look, even if it means an impact on schedule, because much better to do it while we're building it, find it then, and be confident that it's going to work. So I have a lot of confidence. I've seen our team do this now a number of times. These issues that we're talking about today are issues that our team found, and they did that. They put their hand up, and they are eager to go through this process that's underway now to see if there's anything else that we need to figure out, that we need to find. This is a team of people who are absolutely dedicated to mission success. They work on this thing all the time, and I've talked to many of them. They dream about it at night. They are inspirations in terms of how committed they are, and they are, I am confident, going to continue to put their hand up if they think something's wrong.
No, and I'd like to thank both of you for your work on this front. And I'd like to acknowledge, obviously, Northrop Grumman is in my district, and Mr. Bush and all your work. I want to thank you. I really appreciate our will to lead is being tested every day. This failure is not an option here. We need to have this mission success. I appreciate all that you're doing in the STEM pipeline. See you throughout my district all the time, and all the work you're doing there, the importance of the workforce development that you had highlighted. And I know the first time we had met was when we were battling together. I was back in the State House when Northrop Grumman was coming here, and the governor was working to get you here, but also when we were fighting the sequester together with Congressman Wolf. And I appreciate your work there in the importance of this. And Mr. Young, thank you also for your service on this front. And I think going forward, it's important that we, that we all appreciate how challenging these missions are, and whether, growing up, we all saw the movies and the challenges and the failures that have come with space, but also the great successes, so that we learn from the mistakes, certainly. As the famous Thomas Edison quote, we want to make sure that any of the problems that we've had are all geared towards a successful mission. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Comstock.